In NCAA Division II, student-athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student-athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student-athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Good afternoon, good evening, rather, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Royal Brown Pavilion in Seattle, Washington. I'm Greg Sexton, and you are watching the SPU webcast. Tonight, the Falcons welcome in the Western Oregon Wolves as the Falcons getting on a roll here. Started off a little bit slow in 2024. They picked it up. They've won 6 straight at home. That dates back to December. The last 4 have been in conference play. They are 5-4 overall. 5-4 in GNAC play, 9-11 overall. Western Oregon comes in 4-15 overall, 1-8 in conference, and 1-6 in January. Their one win was at Simon Fraser 2 weeks ago, north of the border, but they have not won any games in January in the U.S. To this point. They have one more crack at it tonight as lineups being introduced here. The Falcons, coached by Kefri Fazio, he's in his second year with the program as the head coach. Wes Pfeiffer, the head coach for Western Oregon, in his 6th year. They did not play during the COVID year, so his 5th season. Nobody really played officially during the COVID year, but there were some teams that got in a few exhibition games per se. Let's go over the lineups quickly here. For Western Oregon, Ocean Casimiro out of Kohala, Hawaii. Jason Gallant, a senior out of Simi Valley, California. Casimiro is a junior. Mario Williams Jr. is a freshman from Stockton, California. Javelle Collins, a redshirt senior from Camarillo, California. Anjay Cortez, a junior out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And that is Cortez in the circle, getting ready to jump it up with Jackson Knapp. Falcons with Owen Moriarty from Seattle, a junior. Jackson Knapp, also a junior, as the Wolves win the tip, and that's Casimiro with the basketball, bringing it across. And we are underway here from Royal Brown Pavilion in Seattle. The rest of the Falcons starting lineup, Jonas Latour, redshirt sophomore from Poulsbo, Washington. Mason Landek, a redshirt junior from Kashmir, Washington. And Trace Evans makes his return to the starting lineup. The shot is off the mark by Gallant. And Evans is out of New South Wales, Australia. He is also a junior. The lineup for the Falcons, all 4 juniors and a redshirt sophomore. Here is Moriarty taking a 3 from the top of the key, and he knocks it down. And Moriarty gets the Falcons on the board. It's 3-0 here in the early going, almost a minute in to this one. This is Javale Collins, and he will get it to Mario Williams Jr. Now Casemiro driving and cut off by Landek. Gets it back to Cortez, and Evans may have gotten a piece of that. It hit off the glass, but the Falcons able to take the rebound down, and Landek tried to go to Evans and gets through his hands out of bounds. So the Falcons turn it back over to the Wolves. I'm on the other end of the court, so I didn't get a real good look at the shot that was put up there by, I believe it was Cortez. This is a 3 from the corner from Mario Williams Jr., and he puts it in and ties it up 3 apiece. Wolves have a couple of guys that can fill it up, and Cortez comes away with the steal here, and he's back the other way. And he will pull up and shoot over Latour, and Latour with a good defense there, forcing a contested shot that does not draw iron. So the Falcons will take it back. The Wolves with Javale Collins having played just the last 8 games. He didn't make his season debut until right before Christmas. And he's averaging 18.3 points per game. As this is Trace Evans getting underneath. Got too far underneath and couldn't get the shot up, but the ball ends up in the hands of Jackson Knapp. He gets it back to Evans. And now in the corner, Moriarty driving and trying to go up, and does. Hesitation move there from Moriarty, and he is able to get that one home from about 5 feet out. As he got toward the lane, I think in the lane there. And the Falcons with a 5-3 lead. Jason Gallant averaging 16.6, and he drives to the bucket and comes up empty there. And the Falcons back down the floor, leading by 2. 17:20 to play here in the first half, and here's Moriarty. Falcons coming off a couple of gritty, grinded-out wins. There's Moriarty again in the lane and puts up the floater. And Owen Moriarty's got 7 points already to lead the way for the Falcons. He is their leading scorer at 15.4 points per game. As we get an offensive foul called here on the Falcons, or on the Wolves, rather, I should say. And that is going against Ocean Casemiro. So the Falcons take it back, up by 4. Falcons have won 6 in a row at home, and I believe I mentioned that in the at the top, but worth mentioning. Knapp is going to commit an offensive foul on Collins, as a little too much contact there, and they get Knapp for the offensive foul. So the Wolves will take it back. Falcons started off 0-2 in conference, and they've won 5 out of their last 7 games in the GNAC. Here is Cortez, a long 2 from the elbow, and he puts it in for his first 2 of the ball game. 7-5, Falcons with the lead over the Wolves. Moriarty's got all 7 points, and Casemiro just about had a steal there, but he stepped on the sideline. And so the Falcons will keep the possession alive. Shot clock resets to 20. I don't know actually if they reset it or if it just had gotten down to 20. Evans has it knocked away, and Collins is back the other way with it for the Wolves. And now Gallant driving on Knapp, gets around him and misses the shot. Knapp with the rebound. Knapp, the leading rebounder in the GNAC, 9.8 rebounds a game. And Moriarty's got 9 points, all 9 of the Falcons' points as he gets the bucket again. 9-5 your score now. Here's Cortez shooting over Evans, and that one gets the friendly roll and goes in for Cortez. He's got 4. Falcons back the other way. We're under 16 to play. Here's Latour taking a 3 from the right wing, and that one rims out, and it's going to go out of bounds off of the Wolves, I believe. It should stay with the Falcons. 15-18 to play in the first half, and that'll take us to our first media timeout. 9-7, SPU with the lead. We'll be right back in just a moment on the SPU webcast.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back inside Royal Brougham Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast as the Falcons will get Henry Sandberg and Nakia Schoonerstedt into the game. And the Wolves with their original starting 5 still on the floor. As Schoonerstedt takes the inbounds pass. Falcons by 2, and Moriarty's got all 9 points. As Landek now gets to the bucket and lays it up and in. Nobody stopped him, and an easy lay-in for Mason Landek, and he's on the board. And it's 11-7. Falcons with the lead. Here's Collins trying to go around Knapp, shoots over him and misses the shot, but is tapped up and in by Williams. Mario Williams Jr. collects the rebound, and that was the first rebound of the game for the Wolves. As the Falcons had out-rebounded them 4-0 to that point. Knapp misses the shot and goes after the rebound and commits a foul on JaVale Collins. And so the Wolves will take it back the other way. Knapp has already picked up 2 fouls, and he will sub out for Jonas Latour. So Falcons don't want to get Jackson Knapp in any further foul trouble. We'll see how much he plays, if at all, again here in the first half. And that may be dictated by the way the next several minutes play out. But Knapp with 2 fouls in the first 5.5 minutes of the game. This one kicked out as Jonas Latour came back in for Jackson Knapp. And now Western Oregon making a substitution. Zach Moore, a senior from San Diego, California, into the game. And he comes in to get Jason Gallant. Caminero out dribbling beyond the 3-point line now. Williams Jr. takes a 3, a high arcing 3 from the left wing, and he drains it. And Williams has 8 in the game. Mario Williams Jr. career high 21 against Linfield in December. And those were all in the second half. But he's off to a good start here for the Wolves. Moriarty gets into traffic and is able to maintain control and put up the shot and put it in. And Moriarty's got 11, which is what he finished with on Saturday against Alaska Fairbanks. There's a 3 from Collins, and he knocks it in. And Collins gets on the board with his first 3. 15-13, Wolves with the lead. Here come the Falcons back the other way. Schoonerstedt at the top. Swings it over to Latour. Latour drives, lays it up and in, and draws the foul. Latour got to the bucket there and is able to draw the contact and get to the free throw line. Foul called on Williams. And now coming in for Western Oregon, Tony Salinas, senior out of Zillow, Washington, small town near Yakima. Falcons have Logan Kinlock on the roster from Yakima, and we'll probably see him for some minutes in this game. Latour completes the three-point play, and the Falcons take the lead back at 16-15. And now here's Salinas dribbling on the right wing. Gets it to Collins. He'll turn around and shoot the long baseline jumper, and it's no good. Landak the rebound for SPU. And here's Landak going behind the back. Able to get the shot up, and that one would have counted had it gone, but it does not go down. However, foul called, and that is going on Anjay Cortez. And Mason Landak to the free throw line. Mason Landak has really settled in and given the Falcons a lot of good contributions. So they're reviewing something here, and they're going to send the teams to their benches. And this will be an official's timeout. I was getting ready to mention that Landak is a 72% free throw shooter as he gets ready to go to the line when we come back from this official's timeout. But really started off the season pretty cold, still overall just shooting 19% from three, but he has hit some big threes for them, particularly in recent ball games. And shooting Landak from the field 37%. His first few games did not go very well, but he has really settled in and found his groove here for SPU as he goes to the free throw line. And they may have been reviewing, I'm not sure what it was that they were reviewing. They sometimes they'll review. Seems like if they're going to review, a shot, whether it was a 2 or a 3, they'll do that during a timeout. If they stop play to review something, they're looking for potential flagrant foul, which they determined there was none. As that shot is missed by Williams, and the rebound to Henry Sandberg. And the Falcons back the other way with a 3-point lead, as Landak hit both of his free throws on the last trip. Here's Sandberg. He's going to kick it back out to Moriarty. And Moriarty. And he loses it. And coming away with it is Zach Moore. Down the floor, here's Williams kicking it to Collins. He's going to step back and take a 3. And that one is off the mark. Collins was going to shoot it, then decided to drive and then step back. And that kind of may have messed with his rhythm a bit. Here's Sandberg driving, getting underneath Salinas there, and Sandberg gets the bucket and scores. Henry Sandberg out of Gonzaga Prep High School in Spokane. Here is Collins coming down the lane, and Moriarty comes over and commits the foul. And so that will send JaVale Collins to the free throw line when we come back from the media timeout. 20-15 Falcons with the lead, 11:40 to play in the first half, and we'll be right back on the SP webcast. 11:40 to play in the first half. Greg Sexton with you from Royal Brome Pavilion, and the officials reviewing something again here, something different than they did a moment ago, but maybe a little delayed coming back out of this timeout. Falcons are shooting 80% from the floor so far in this game, and a lot of those from in close, just 1 out of 2 from beyond the arc. Western Oregon shooting 40% from the floor, but 75% beyond the arc, 3 out of 4 out there. Falcons with the edge in rebounds, 7-2. The Wolves so far have just collected the 2 rebounds. And the Wolves are a team that gives up a lot of points. As we look at their season stats, they are allowing nearly 85 points a game. And of course, when you're 4-15, there are going to be some teams that are going to find ways to put up points on you. They have lost their last 3, and they've given up around closer to actually over their season average of 85. Gave up 90 to Western Washington, 84 to Northwest Nazarene, and 93 to Central Washington. And those are, particularly the last 2, they are in a 3-way tie with St. Martin's for first place in the conference. As JaVale Collins goes to the free throw line, knocks in the first and the second. Collins, an 81% free throw shooter, and it knocks both down and checks out now, as Gallant is back out there, as is Mikhail Morphy. And this one thrown away by the Falcons. Wolves will take it back down 3. And it'll be Salinas into the front court. And he was trying to go with an alley-oop there for Cortez, and they did not connect on that one. As Cortez was not looking for the ball. I mentioned Logan Kinlock a moment ago. He's out there now for SPU. He's out of West Valley High School in Yakima. And a redshirt sophomore. Here's Mason Landeck, a 3 from the top of the key, and that one does not draw iron. And goes out of bounds. 11:04 to play in the first half, and the Wolves down 3. As Salinas will bring it across midcourt. Get it to Gallant. Cortez swings it over to Morphy. That is Morphy, not Murphy. And here's Gallant with the turnaround jumper from about 18 feet out. No good. Rebound to Jonas Latour. And here come the Falcons. The Wolves actually with 2 players named Makayo, spelled the same way, Makaio. Mikhail Morphy and Mikhail Mims. And they're both from the state of California, but otherwise, I don't think they have a lot in common other than their first name. Here's Evans reversing it up and in, and Trace Evans gets to the bucket there for his first 2. Evans among the leaders in the conference in field goal percentage, shooting almost 65% per ball game, or season average, I should say. And now Evans gets it again in the post, gets around Cortez, and now is trapped underneath the bucket. Gets it out to Latour. Here's Landeck driving. Kicks it out for a 3 from Sandberg, and that one rims out. That was halfway down, and Sandberg could not get the roll. Here's Cortez trying to go around Evans. Shoots it up over him, and that one does get the roll. And Cortez was 6 in the ball game. Falcons up by 3, 22-19. Landeck across midcourt. Here's Sandberg. To Landeck. And now they whip it over to Latour. Cross-court pass, and Latour can't get that 3 to go down. And it's out of bounds to the Wolves. Owen Moriarty will check back in for Mason Landeck. And actually, Kefri Fazio is going to say he's going to bring Jonas Latour to the bench instead of Landeck. He'll leave Landeck out there. Salinas across midcourt for the Wolves. They're down 3. And it's been a few minutes since we've seen Jackson Knapp. We'll see if he gets back out there in the first half. He's got 2 fouls. Kind of may depend somewhat on whether any other Falcons get into foul trouble, as Salinas goes high off the glass there for his first 2. And a good-looking scoop shot there to get it up over Evans. And the Wolves back within 1. Moriarty to Sandberg. Sandberg for Landek, who gets it to Evans at the bucket, and Evans lays it up and in. He's got 4. And he's shooting a high field goal percentage because he gets a lot of those shots in close to the bucket. Here's Gallant, and we get a whistle, and we're going the other way. And the foul is called on Cortez. That's just his first, but he'll check out. And Javale Collins back in for the Wolves. Wolves are Western Oregon University is located in Monmouth, Oregon, not too far from Salem. A little deeper into the state than Portland. As here is Trace Evans, and he loses it. May have been poked away. Salinas will leave it for Collins, and Collins lays it up and in. And the Wolves back now within a point, 24-23. Collins with 7 for Western Oregon. We got a good ball game going here so far. Moriarty going to take a 3, and that one rims off. And we're going to get a foul on the rebound. And I believe this is going on Evans. No, it's not. It is going the other way. Let's see here who they called that on. That is on Morphy, Micaiah Morphy of Western Oregon. So it'll be Falcons getting the ball when we come back from the media timeout. 7:32 to play in the first half. 24-23 SPU. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, 7:32 to play in the first half, and the Falcons with a 1-point lead. They will have possession underneath the basket as the Wolves now have picked up 5 team fouls. The Falcons just 3. And the Falcons with Landek driving baseline, and he gets to the bucket and lays it up and in. As Mason Landek got all the way to the bucket, and he's done that a couple of times now. 6 points for the redshirt junior as Jackson Knapp does get up off the bench. Collins driving into Latour, and they're going to get Latour for the foul. And that is just his first. Mario Williams back in for Western Oregon. Jackson Knapp in for Seattle Pacific with 7:11 to play in the first half. Gallant will inbound to Salinas. And this one's been close throughout the first 13 minutes of the game. Salinas over in the corner to Williams. And now back out to Collins. The shot clock running down. Collins, though, takes it to the bucket and gets it up over Knapp and in. And Javale Collins with 9 in the ballgame. 26-25, SPU with the lead as Nakia Schoonerstedt is back out there as well for SPU. And they feed Knapp coming down the lane, couldn't get the shot to go. And I believe they're going to get a foul on Williams, who was trying to rip the ball away from Knapp, and they called him for a foul. And the Wolves did not agree with the call there. Williams will come out as a couple more subs come on. Andre Cortez back out there, and Makayo Mims. I mentioned two Makayos, Morphy from Santa Barbara, California, and Mims from Hayward, California. As Moriarty gets it to Schoonerstedt at the top, and now Landek with it on the left wing. Here's Latour. Back to Schoonerstedt, feeds it through to Moriarty, takes it to the bucket, lays it up and in. Good assist there from Schoonerstedt, and Moriarty's got 13 points already, more than what he had on Saturday. He had the game winner on Saturday, though, against Alaska Fairbanks. Falcons coming off a couple of tight, grinded out, gritty wins against the Alaska schools last week. As they'll have one more. This is going to go on Schoonerstedt here. They'll have one more at home on Saturday. St. Martin's will be here. As Falcons play 4 straight at home. This is the third of those 4. Here's Tony Salinas, looping back out to Cortez. And now Collins will get it to Cortez in the corner for a 3, and that one rims off. Salinas tapped it into the Falcons bench. And the Falcons will take it back. Not sure if Salinas was trying to get it to somebody. Trace Evans will check back in for SPU. He'll come get Schoonerstedt. But Salinas just tapped it into the Falcons bench there. And Mason Landek will bring it across. Falcons by 3. And it's been the Falcons with the lead for the majority of the game, but not by much. Here's Landek pulling up baseline, and that one off the rim, no good. Rebound to Collins. And the Wolves back the other way. Here's Mims. And he'll circle back out and get it to Cortez. Cortez going around Evans, and it's tapped up and in by Collins. And Collins, right place, right time there to get the rebound. Knapp had it knocked out of his hand. You may have seen the official there with the signal there that he was okay. But he misses the shot. Here's Collins taking a 3 from the right wing, and that one off the mark. Rebound to Owen Moriarty. As the Wolves, with that 3-pointer there, if it had gone down, they would have taken the lead. They've only led for just a few seconds in this game. They had a lead at 15-13. Here's Knapp. Gets it to Evans. And Evans will kick it back out to Knapp. Here's Latour from the right wing for a 3, and he puts it down. And Latour gets the Falcons back out in front by 4. Jonas Latour with 6 points. Had a 3-point play to end the foul, and then a 3-pointer. So the old-fashioned and the newer version of a 3-point play. As here is Gallant, and he shoots over Evans and misses the shot. Knapp with the rebound. Falcons by 4, under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Landek will walk across the timeline. And he'll get into the lane. He'll hand off to Evans, and it was knocked out of his hands, though. And I believe we'll get a foul called here as we get to our final media timeout of the first half. 3:46 to play in the half, and the foul on Jason Gallant of Western Oregon. We will step aside and be back in just a moment on the SP Web.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back inside Royal Brome Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. Falcons with a 4-point lead over the Wolves as Ocean Casemiro returns to the floor for the Wolves and is out there with Collins, Gallant, Cortez, and Mims. And the Falcons with Mason Landek going to the free throw line. And he is out there as this is a 1-and-1, and he makes the first. Trace Evans, Jonas Latour, Henry Sandberg, and Owen Moriarty also on the floor for the Falcons. As 7 team fouls committed by the Wolves. And so Landek with the 1-and-1, and he makes both free throws, and it's 33-27. Falcons by 6. And here's Collins getting to the bucket. Nobody stopped him, and he throws it down with 2 hands and swings on the rim a little bit. Collins with 11 in the ballgame. Moriarty's got 13 for SPU. 33-29 your score. Here's Sandberg. Landek to Moriarty. Gets it back to Landek. He'll take a 3 from the top of the key, and that one off the back iron. Moriarty in there for the offensive rebound. He'll pull up in the lane. Couldn't get it to go. And Mims pulls it away and comes the other way for the Wolves. He'll get to the bucket, and that one just hit the glass. And not sure, maybe the Falcons may have gotten a piece of it, but they come back the other way with possession again. Here's Henry Sandberg to Landek as they work it around the perimeter. Sandberg thought about it. He will dump it off to Landek instead. Landek puts it off the back iron, and this one comes out to Moriarty again, and this time Moriarty puts it in from the elbow. And Wes Pfeiffer calls a timeout. He did not like the way things were going there with the Falcons collecting some offensive rebounds. A couple of those, they just kind of kicked out a ways off the rim, but not liking what he's seeing. Falcons up by 6, 35-29. This will be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. Western Oregon, so far, just 8 rebounds in the game. Falcons have 15. And just 2 of those are offensive rebounds for the Falcons, but both in the last minute or so. Falcons are shooting 54% for the game, and the Wolves are shooting 43%. But they're out shooting the Falcons from distance 43% to 25%. Neither team has missed a free throw. Falcons are 5 out of 5, and the Wolves are 2 out of 2. Here's Caminero, and he will get it to Cortez, and that one off the back iron. Latour with the rebound. And the Falcons will bring it the other way as we tick down toward 2 minutes to go in the first half. 6-point lead for SPU. Sandberg will take the pass from Landek. And now Moriarty looking around. He'll drive into the lane, and he'll scoop it up and in off the glass. Owen Moriarty with 17 points in the ballgame. Moriarty had the game winner, as here is that's Zach Moore coming down the lane, and he couldn't connect on the lay-in, and the Falcons take it back the other way, leading by 8. Moriarty had just 11 in the game Saturday, but he had that game winner, and then really got the defensive stop, got the rebound, and then it was the party was on as Moriarty was actually playing against his former high school teammate. Moriarty going to take a 3, and that one off the back iron. He was trying to beat the shot clock buzzer, and he did, but did not get the shot to go. Paul Johnson from Alaska Fairbanks and Owen Moriarty both went to O'Day. As here's a foul committed by Sandberg. O'Day here in Seattle, just east of downtown. As Western Oregon will take it out of bounds. Falcons now have committed 6 team fouls, so the next one will put the Wolves in the bonus. Here's Collins. He's had a good first half. He's got 11. He'll kick it to Gallant. Gallant still scoreless in this one. He turns around, though, and puts it up and in. Turnaround jumper in the lane from about the free throw line. And Landak will just kind of drop it in bounds to Moriarty. Shot clock is off, so I'm not sure what the strategy was there. Landak is going to call a timeout in the front court anyway. 22.5 left here in the first half. And the Falcons by 6. As the Wolves have just led for 34 seconds in this game. Falcons have led for 17-29. But their largest lead was just a moment ago when they led by 8. They have. It's been a close game for the most part. The Wolves have only turned it over 3 times. And the Falcons have turned it over 7 times. Falcons are out shooting and out rebounding the Wolves. Although, as I mentioned earlier, the Wolves are shooting a better percentage from three-point land, 43% to now 22% for the Falcons. But not a lot of threes, a decent amount. 3 out of 7 for the Wolves, 2 out of 9 for the Falcons. Falcons with possession, and the shot clock is off, and Landak is going to do some dribbling here to run the clock down. And now Evans will come out to screen. Landak will get it to Moriarty. Moriarty will hold the ball for a bit here, and now he's going to get tied up. And I think they call a held ball there, but it's the possession arrow favors the Falcons. Moriarty definitely thought he got fouled, and I think he had a valid beef. As a 3 goes up from the corner from Sandberg, and it's off the mark. And that does it for the first half. Falcons lead by 6, though, at the break. And we are going to step aside here for a little less than 10 minutes. And we will be back with a recap of the first half. And we'll take a look around what's going on in the GNAC, the rest of the conference, tonight and on Saturday. We'll step aside. We'll be back in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Well, actually, this is a good time to go get a snack or something. We'll be right back on.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back inside Royal Brown Pavilion. Greg Sexton with you at halftime, and the Falcons with a 37-31 lead over the Western Oregon Wolves, as Falcons led by as many as 8 in the first half, but it was a pretty close game for the majority of the first half. Neither team led by double digits at any point, and it's just a 6-point game as we get ready to get the second half underway in a few minutes. In the first half, the Falcons outshoot the Wolves 52% to 42%. The Wolves did make one more three, and they were a little more efficient, 43% from downtown. The Falcons just 20% on 2 out of 10. Falcons were 5 out of 5 at the free throw line. The Wolves 2 out of 2. And the Falcons out-rebounded the Wolves 17-10, where the Wolves kind of had the advantage was in turnovers. Falcons turned it over 7 times. The Wolves turned it over 3 times. And points off turnovers, 7-0 in favor of Western Oregon in that category. So they are down by just 6 going into the second half. As in the first half, they got a great performance out of JaVale Collins with 11 points and 3 rebounds. They get 8 points from Mario Williams Jr. in just 9 minutes played, but he was 3 out of 4 from the floor, 2 out of 2 at the free throw line, and chips in a rebound as well. They get 6 from Anjay Cortez, who was just 3 out of 9, but did have the 6 points and the 2 rebounds, and an assist and a steal to go with it. The Wolves actually with 4 steals, 1 from Collins, 1 from Cortez, 1 from Zach Moore, and 1 from Mikhail Morphy. As Seattle Pacific led by 17 points and 5 rebounds from Owen Moriarty. He was 8 of 11 from the floor in the first half. One of those was a 3. It was 1 of 3 from downtown, but was 7 out of 8 from inside the 3-point line in that first half. Mason Landek chips in 8 points, including 4 out of 4 at the free throw line, and a couple of rebounds and an assist. And they get 6 from Jonas Latour. Landek and Latour played a lot of minutes, as did Moriarty in that first half. Jackson Knapp picked up a couple of quick fouls, so we did not see much of him, but he did collect 4 rebounds while he was out there. Did not get in the scoring column. Trace Evans with 4 points as well, and Henry Sandberg chipped in 2. The Falcons just played 8 players in the first half. The Wolves just 9. The Wolves had 9 players out there that saw action in the first half. Taking a look around the GNAC tonight, Montana State Billings just defeated St. Martin's, which is a big win for Billings, as they will get back to 500 in conference play, going to 5-5. And St. Martin's was in a 3-way tie for first coming into tonight, but they go to 7-3 in conference play now. The final there, 73-65, and Billings outshot and out-rebounded the Saints, 43-32. The edge on the glass for the Yellow Jackets, who led for the majority of the game. The Saints actually didn't lead since early on in the first half in that one, and the Yellow Jackets pull it out by 8. 2 other games going on coming up a little bit later. They're both taking place in the state of Alaska. They're an hour behind. Simon Fraser will be at Fairbanks, and Western Washington will be at Anchorage. On Saturday, Northwest Nazarene will be at Central Washington. They're off tonight. But those 2 teams tied at the top of the conference now, 7-2. It was a 3-way tie. Now it's a 2-way tie. Northwest Nazarene and Central Washington both 7-2. We are going to get the second half underway here in just a little bit. The teams are back out on the floor. There's still some time running off the game clock here, so we'll see. They may just go ahead and let them inbound it. As we're ready up in the, we got it back on. We're not taking a break here. It looks like the official, though, is waiting for the game clock to run down to zeros before they start the second half. As both teams with their original starting five on the floor, as per usual. Only time you might see something different is typically if somebody's in foul trouble or injured. And even if they're in foul trouble, they'll start. That one went out of bounds, but the official didn't see it. Looked like I'm right above the out of bounds line up here, and it looked like it hit that sideline, but did not call it out of bounds. We get a foul, and this one is going to go on Jackson Knapp. And so he picked up 2 fouls in the first half and immediately picks up his third here against Javale Collins, who will go to the free throw line. Collins with 11 in the first half and knocks in the first from the free throw line. Collins, 81% at the line. And so far in this one is now 4 out of 4, as he was 2 for 2 in the first half. 2 out of 2 here to begin the second half as the Wolves draw within 4, 37-33. Falcons trying to keep their win streak going at home. They started off 1-5 at home, but have won 6 in a row. They're now 7-5 at home. As Landek finds Knapp underneath, and Knapp turns around and lays it up and in off the glass, and Jackson Knapp on the scoreboard now. As he went scoreless in the first half, played about 9 minutes total. Here's Caminero, and he will pull up and miss the long 2, and the rebound to the Falcons. Here's Landek getting it to Knapp. He'll kick it to Latour in the corner for a 3, and Latour nothing but net on the 3, and the Falcons now have their largest lead of the game, 42-33. Here is Caminero. We'll get it to Collins. He'll try to go around Knapp, but he'll pull back and knock in the jumper from the baseline, and Javale Collins with 15 to lead the way for the Wolves. One Moriarty, 17 for the Falcons in the first half. Here's Latour, another quick release 3, and Jonas Latour with another 3. He's got a couple here in the second half, as he had one in the first half as well, and it is a 10-point lead for SPU. Here's Andre Cortez in the corner for Caminero. And he will get it back to Cortez at the free throw line. Trying to go around Evans and does, but misses the shot, and Knapp with the rebound. Falcons back the other way, leading by 10. And this poked out of bounds by Cortez, and so the Falcons will keep it. Just getting down the floor there. Still plenty of time on the shot clock, 24 seconds. And so they will have a good amount of time to do what they want on this possession. Landek being guarded by Caminero. And Knapp will get it to Evans, and Evans lost it. As that one kind of led Evans away from the bucket, and I think he kicked it out of bounds there, trying to pick it up. But that'll go as a turnover against SPU, and Jason Gallant dribbling out beyond the arc, gets it to Collins. Javale Collins over Trace Evans, and that one's off the back iron. And Williams collects the rebound, got it away from Knapp, and Mario Williams puts it up and in, and he's got 10 in the ball game. 45-37, Wolves back within 8. Here's Landek getting it to Knapp. And now Latour in the post for Evans, kicks it back out. Latour, another 3 on the way, and that one rims off. But Jackson Knapp right there, couldn't get the shot to go, and the Wolves collect the rebound this time. So the Falcons miss a couple of shots there on that possession. And the Wolves down 8. Williams will hand off to Collins. And now back to Williams over in the corner. He'll take a 3, and that one halfway down and it rims out. Falcons back up the floor with Landek getting it in the post to Evans on the left side. And Evans has it ripped away, but they're going to get a foul on the Wolves here. This will go on Mario Williams Jr., freshman out of Stockton, California. And Williams has looked good in his time on the floor. He's got 10 points in the game. Here's Evans. Gets it to Landek, and he'll get around Caminero and will get into the lane. He misses the shot, but he draws the foul. Collins has drawn a lot of fouls for the Wolves, and Landek for the Falcons. As this will go on Caminero. And Landek will go to the free throw line. Second foul on Caminero, and he will come out. And he may be bleeding a little bit. As I don't see any blood, but he's kind of, maybe he may actually be bleeding a little bit, as SPU's trainer Jason Jerosher will come over and check on him. Landek misses the first free throw, and he is at the line for a 2-shot foul, though. So he'll get another one here. With the Falcons leading by 8, Landek makes it 9. That one rims in, and yeah, Ocean Caminero is wiping a little bit of blood out of his mouth there, as he took one to the face. Here is Moriarty almost coming away with the steal there, but Gallant is able to get it back. And Jason Gallant is now fouled by Moriarty. And that's going to take us to our first timeout of the second half, first media timeout, I should say, the under 16, as we're at 15:59 to play in the ball game. 46-37, SPU with the lead, and we'll be back in just a moment on the SPU web.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back inside Royal Rome Pavilion, 15:59 to play in the ball game. Falcons with a lead by 9. As JaVale Collins has 15 points in the game. Now Mario Williams with 10 for the Wolves, and Owen Moriarty with 17. Jonas Latour with 12 now, as he's cashed in a couple of threes here in the second half. Moriarty, all 17 of his in the first half. But just 4 minutes into the second half here, it was a 6-point lead at the break, and now 9. The Falcons have led by as many as 10, and the officials are again reviewing something on the monitor. Possibly a 2 versus a 3, or maybe a clock issue. I'm speculating. I'm nowhere near the scorer's table. I'm up above the court, as on your screen. I'm off to the right, upstairs, looking down just above the Western Oregon bench. Whatever they reviewed there, they are ready for play now, as the Wolves down 9 with a lot of time left in this game. And Collins He will take it. He'll shoot over Knapp, and he comes up short, and Knapp with the rebound. And Jackson Knapp with his 8th rebound there. He leads the GNAC with 9.8 per ball game. As Landek goes over on the right wing to Latour, who has to jump to catch it. He gets it to Knapp, and Knapp draws the foul. And the foul going against Tony Salinas. That is just his first. But it will put Jackson Knapp at the free throw line. And he will have 2 shots here. Knapp averages nearly 11 points a game. Just 2 so far, and now make it 3 in this one. But I said 9.8 on the official stats here. They have him at 9.7, but give or take a tenth of a rebound. The GNAC stat leaders show 9.8. Knapp, though, 69% at the free throw line, and he makes 1 out of 2 on that trip. And the Falcons lead by 10, 47-37. Here's Gallant backing down on Moriarty. Moriarty is going to get called for a foul. He thought that he went straight up, but the official didn't see it that way. Jeffrey Fazio getting an explanation. And yeah, Moriarty definitely got the hand up and made contact there, but that's one of those ones where you're called if the shooter is putting up a shot and there's some contact. Even if you go straight up, there was still some contact there. But Gallant misses the first free throw, and he'll get another one here. And that one almost came back out, but it falls back in. Jason Gallant, 79% at the free throw line, gets 1 out of 2 there. And this one right through the hands of Moriarty, out of bounds. And the Wolves will take it back. Wolves have done a good job so far in this one of taking care of the basketball. As the Falcons there just committed their 9th turnover, and the Wolves have still only committed 3. And the Falcons have yet to register any points off turnovers. Salinas cross-court pass for Williams, and now back out to Cortez. Cortez drives down the lane and goes over Evans and misses the shot. And the Falcons back the other way with it. 14.5 to play. Moriarty to Evans. He'll swing it over to Landek, and now in the post for Knapp. Kicks it out to Latour for a 3 from the top of the key, and that one's off the mark. Knapp was able to get a hand on it, but Salinas is able to collect the rebound. And back the other way come the Wolves. Salinas, a nice pass there to Cortez, who did not connect on the lay-in, and it's out of bounds, back to the Falcons. As Henry Sandberg will check back in for SPU. Jonas Latour will get a breather. There's Landek to Sandberg, and now Knapp in the corner. We'll get it to Moriarty. Moriarty puts up the shot in the lane and gets the roll. And Moriarty back on the scoreboard, has 19 now. His first points of the second half. 49-38, Falcons lead by 11. Their largest lead as Cortez goes down. And I think they're going to get Moriarty for a foul again. And it was that was a bit of a late call. Cortez was kind of on the ground, and they end up calling the foul on Moriarty. Moriarty was defending the ball, and Moriarty has picked up 4 fouls now. The officials will review this one again. Jason DeRocher, the trainer, is out on the floor, and maybe he is checking up. He was checking on Caminero earlier, and now he's checking on Cortez. As Yeah, Cortez went down. And this one, I think they are reviewing to see if Moriarty committed a flagrant foul, as there was contact up high to Cortez. The call was pretty late, and I think Moriarty was upset about that, about the call being as late as it was, but also picking up his fourth foul. Cortez is okay. He's back up on his feet. He's still a little shaken up, though. And he's going to stay out there for the time being. Moriarty's going to sub out, as Latour will come back in. Moriarty with 4 fouls. And Jackson Knapp with 3. But Knapp is still out there. We'll get a verdict from the officials here on whether there was a flagrant foul or not, or may just be a common foul. 13:40 to play in the game, and the Wolves down 11. Still a lot of time left in this one. And depending on how this call goes, they may have some free throws coming up here if the officials determine. And they're having a long conversation about this out at midcourt. And obviously, from where I'm at, behind some glass up here upstairs, I cannot hear a word they're saying. But they are now going to come over to the scorer's table and make an announcement. And they are going to call a flagrant. Looks like the official gave the signal for a flagrant foul, and they are going to give Andre Cortez 2 free throws with nobody on the lane. So Moriarty picks up a flagrant, and that is his 4th. And Cortez misses the first free throw. I didn't see the contact. The officials spent some time reviewing it as well. And Cortez misses both free throws. And so unable to take advantage of the extra free throws there. Cortez, a 62% free throw shooter. It goes 0 out of 2 there. And it'll be Western Oregon's ball, though. And Cortez will get it right back and give it to Collins. Williams feeds it into Gallant in the post, going up against Sandberg. And Gallant will put it up and put it in as Cortez goes down again. Gallant with the bucket there. He's got 5. And Cortez is going to come out of the game now. He's still he's not feeling 100% as Zach Moore will check in. 9-point lead for SPU. Here's Trace Evans in the post against Zach Moore. Finds Latour coming down the lane. Latour lays it up and in. And 1. Count it. Jonas Latour will head to the free throw line. And we saw him convert a 3-point play in the first half. He's got an opportunity to do the same thing here in the second half. And Jonas Latour with 14 points in the ballgame. 3 threes. And he may have 2 3-point plays as well if he can get this free throw here. Falcons lead by 11, and Latour trying to make it 12, and that free throw is good. 15 for Latour, 3 threes, 2 3-point plays with a bucket and the free throw. And it's 52-40. Falcons with the lead. Here's Salinas. We'll hand off to Collins, and now Gallant being guarded by Sandberg. Salinas a deep 3 over Latour, and Salinas puts it in. And the Wolves needed that one to maintain contact with the Falcons here. They are down 9. And Salinas with 7 points in the ballgame for Western Oregon. Here's Knapp. Gets it to Landek. Landek keeps the pivot foot alive. Gets it out to Schoenerstedt for a three from the left wing. Nothing but net. Nakia Schoenerstedt, a big three to get the Falcons back up by 12. And Schoenerstedt with his first three. Here's Zach Moore with a three on the other end, and that one goes down. And it's a 9-point game, and the team's starting to shoot the ball well from distance. 9-point lead for SPU. Here is Knapp. And that one knocked away. They're going to get a foul on Mario Williams Jr., and he does not like the call. But that is the way that they called it there. That is his third foul. And so the Falcons will keep possession. 15 foul on the Wolves. Landek will get it into Schoenerstedt. We'll hand it back to Landek. Now Latour for Sandberg. Latour drives. And Moore blocked the shot. Latour still was trying to get it up on the glass there, on the rim. But I think that'll go as a blocked shot for Zach Moore. And out of bounds. Back to the Wolves. They trail by 9 with 11:55 to go here in the ballgame. And we get to another media timeout. We'll step aside on the SPU webcast. 55-46 Falcons. Back inside Royal Brome Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. Falcons shooting 54% from the floor and 8 out of 10 at the free throw line. Wolves 42%, 5 out of 8 at the line. And both teams have kind of picked it up a little bit from distance here in the last couple minutes in particular. Falcons with the edge in rebounding, 24-15. But the Wolves with possession. Down 9, and still a lot of time left in this game. Here's Collins. We'll loop it back out for Zach Moore, who has to pick it up off the floor. And now Gallant with Schoenerstedt guarding him. And Moore going to take a deep three, and that one comes up short. And Knapp will chase down the rebound. We get a whistle. And that one went out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Wolves. And a nice pass from Gallant to Mario Williams Jr. coming down the lane, reverses it up and in. And Williams with 12 in the ballgame. It's a 7-point lead for SPU. The assist to Gallant on that one. Here's Landek. Get it back out to Schoenerstedt. Long pass in the corner for Latour for a three. Jonas Latour, another three from the left corner. And he's got 18 points in the ballgame. 58-48. Falcons by 10. Here's Williams going around Sandberg. Gets it to Salinas. Another three. And that one rims out. Latour with the rebound. Falcons with a 10-point lead and possession. Still 10:45 to go in this one. And Landek will get it to Schoenerstedt. Back to Landek. Landek getting the screen from Schoenerstedt and knocked away now. No foul called. Schoenerstedt comes down the lane, lays it up and in. And the big man gets the bucket there and puts it in. He's got 5. 60-48. Falcons have an Australian and an Austrian. Schoenerstedt, the Austrian, as Moore goes down, and Landek goes down to the floor as well, but going after the basketball, he's able to collect it. And the Wolves with a rare turnover. They have taken care of the ball pretty well in this game. But they commit the turnover there. Schoenerstedt hands off to Latour. Another three on the way. That one rims off. And the rebound comes down to Collins, who gets fouled crossing midcourt. And they're going to get Landek for the foul. Latour got a little bit of contact with Collins after the initial whistle. But Andre Cortez back out there. And Mikhail Morphy for Western Oregon. And now we're going to get a timeout called here with 9:47 to play. And this is going to be a full timeout, so we will step aside on the SPU webcast. Falcons by 12, and we'll be back in just a moment to Royal.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back inside Royal Burn Pavilion in Seattle. Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast as the Falcons return to the floor. Logan Kenlock checking back in. He's out there with Latour, Landek, Schoenerstedt, and Sandberg. So no Moriarty, no Knapp on the floor at the moment. Here's Gallant getting it to Andre Cortez. And Cortez going around Schoenerstedt and kisses that one off the glass for two. Cortez with 8 points in the game. And the Falcons will get it up across the timeline. And Latour trying to get it up on the glass, and shot was contested and is off the mark. Wolves back the other way, trailing by 10. Just over 9 minutes to play. Gallant through traffic, puts it in, count it, and one. Jason Gallant will get to the free throw line here as he took that one right between two defenders and laid it in. And Trace Evans, I mentioned no Moriarty, no Knapp, no Evans either. Now he's back in as he will come back in for Nikias Schoenerstedt. But Jason Gallant charging down the lane there, splitting the defenders and picking up the foul against Kinlock. That'll be his first. And Gallant misses on the free throw, but the Wolves within 8. 9 minutes to play. Falcons trying to win their 7th straight home game, dating back to mid-December. Here is Sandberg. And now he'll get it to Landek for a three, and that one's off the back iron, no good. And the rebound chased down by Tony Salinas. Kinlock was trying to get to it, but couldn't do it. Salinas will lay it up over Evans and put it in. Salinas with the floater. Was looking like he was going to pass it off and decided to put it up instead. And Salinas with 9, and the Wolves within 6. Here's Kinlock. Get it to Latour. Latour finds Evans. He'll go up over Cortez, and that one rolls in. And Kefri Fazio is going to take a quick timeout here. Evans with 6 in the ball game. And Fazio with the timeout immediately after the made shot. 8:07 to go. And when you're getting close to immediate timeout, you don't really know. when the clock is going to stop again. So if you want a timeout, go ahead and take one. Each team now with 2 timeouts left. And this will be another full timeout. So we'll take another break on the SPU webcast. We'll be back in just a moment. (62-54) SPU by 8 with 8:07 to play in the game. Grant Coleman's going to get off the bench. He has not checked into this one until now. And the 6'8 junior out of Savoy, Illinois, will get some action here as the Wolves bring it across midcourt. And here's Gallant pulling up over Sandberg, and that one a little too strong. And Collins was unable to secure the rebound. Sandberg does. And the Falcons back the other way. Under 8 minutes to go in the ballgame. And it's an 8-point lead for SPU. Sandberg to Landek. In the post to Evans. Evans finds Coleman going to the bucket, lays it up and in. Coleman got right down the lane, and they were focused on Evans. And an easy bucket for Grant Coleman, who just checked in. 10-point lead again for SPU. Here's Morphy to Cortez. And now Collins will hand off to Gallant. Gallant with the floater. Comes up short. Evans secures the rebound. SPU back the other way with a 10-point lead. Jackson Knapp getting ready to check back in at the next dead ball. As Landek gets the screen from Sandberg. And now we'll get it to Sandberg on the left wing. Dumps it in the post for Evans. Evans again finding the cutter. This time it's Kinlock. And Kinlock goes glass and puts it up and in. Logan Kinlock gets on the board. And it's a 12-point lead again for SPU with 6:45 to go. And the Falcons trying to keep the Wolves at arm's length. Here's Gallant for Cortez. Cortez will drive. And he's underneath the basket, but Evans gets some contact with him and gets called for the foul. Evans picking up just his first foul there. And it'll send Andre Cortez to the free throw line. Cortez earlier, Owen Moriarty committed a flagrant foul against Cortez, but then he missed both free throws, and then he went down again, came out of the ball game for a few minutes, and now is back in, and now here comes Moriarty as well, as Jackson Knapp for SPU. As Cortez making the first free throw here, gets the Wolves within 11, and is trying to get one more here. And that one rims out. And Coleman with the rebound. Coleman listed at 6'8", 230. That 230, I think he's a little bigger than that. He's got some muscle on him, and I think that 230 is a little on the light side. As here's Moriarty, gets it to Knapp, and Knapp gets into the lane, lays it up, and gets the roll. Did not get the foul call, but gets the bucket, and the Falcons lead it by 13. Jackson Knapp now with 5 points in the game. And has been a beast on the glass as usual. Salinas for Gallant. And now JaVale Collins will drive, get underneath the basket. Salinas got knocked to the floor. The shot goes up from Morphy from the corner, and he can't connect. And the Falcons with the rebound, and now we're down to 5.5 minutes to play. Ball poked away from Landeck into the backcourt, but he'll go back and get it. And the Falcons trying to expand on that 13-point lead. Here's a three from Coleman from the right wing, and it's no good. He can hit that shot, but didn't hit it that time. As here's Salinas kicking it out to Collins. And now Gallant to Salinas. Here's Cortez driving on Evans. And Evans blocks the shot. And the Falcons will take it back the other way. Under 5 minutes to play. 13-point lead. And the Falcons in control of this one. Looking to put it away. Here's Moriarty. Going up against Collins now in the post for Evans. Evans being guarded by Cortez. Kicks it out to Moriarty for a three. Nothing but net. And the Falcons take a 16-point lead. Wes Pfeiffer takes a timeout. 71-55 with 4:32 to play. As Owen Moriarty hits a big three. He's got 22 points in the ball game. And the Falcons have their largest lead of the night by 16. This will be a full timeout. We'll take another break on the SPU webcast. Falcons in control late in this ball game. We'll be back in just a moment.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome back inside Royal Brome Pavilion. Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. Falcons up 16 with 4:32 to go, and the Wolves are going to need to make a big run in a short period of time here to get back into this one. It's a close game in the first half, and the Falcons have opened up the lead now. This is their largest lead of the night. Wolves with possession. Cortez to Williams in the corner, and that one short, and Knapp the rebound. Jackson Knapp just collected his 11th rebound, and so he's over his season average. And now Salinas commits a foul on Landeck, and that's the second foul on Tony Salinas. Sixth team foul. The Falcons have committed 7, so the Wolves are in the bonus. Falcons will be in the bonus on the next Wolves foul. As Landeck, being guarded tightly by Salinas, gets it to Coleman. And now Sandberg with it. And they're going to get another foul here. And is it going to go out on top, or is it going to go underneath, as they're going to call Cortez for a foul on Trace Evans? That is the 7th foul on the Wolves. Each team with 7 fouls, and so Trace Evans will get to the free throw line. But first, immediate timeout. We're under 4 minutes to play in the game, 3:58 to be precise. You can see it on your screen there. 71-55, Falcons with the lead. We'll be right back. Back inside Royal Rome Pavilion for the final 3:58 of this one, as the Falcons with a 16-point lead over Western Oregon, looking to hand the Wolves their 7th loss in the month of January. They would drop to 1-9 in conference for the season, as Trace Evans will go to the free throw line for a 1-1. Falcons trying to go to 6-4 in conference and win their 7th straight at home. A couple of those in December were against Evergreen State and Douglas. Not exactly Division II level opponents, but their last 4 at home have been over GNAC opponents, and trying to win a 5th straight conference home game here after they lost their initial conference opener to Montana State Billings. Not lost again in conference at home. He lost 3 on the road. Here's Collins pulling up over Evans, and he gets the shot to go. Evans got 1 free throw, 1 out of 2 on the other end, and Collins now 17 points in the ballgame. It's a 15-point lead, and Grant Coleman remains on the floor, taking the pass across midcourt. And Coleman getting some minutes here in the second half. Latour on the bench at the moment. And here is Evans backing down on Cortez. Evans with the size advantage and the jump hook in the lane. And Trace Evans with 9 points in the ballgame. 17-point lead for SPU. 3:05 to go. Jason Gallant going to take a 3 in transition. And the Wolves are going to need to hit a few of those to get back into this one. It's now a 14-point game as we are under 3 minutes to play. And here's Coleman. Going to use some clock, kick it out to Landek. And Collins bumps Landek and gets called for the foul. Just his second. Moriarty will come back in for SPU. He'll come back to get Henry Sandberg. As down to 2:44 to go in the game now. And Mason Landek at the free throw line. Landek tonight 5 out of 6 from the stripe, and gets another one to go here. Coming into the game, a 72% free throw shooter, but just has the 1 miss tonight. Looking for another one here, and gets it to go. Landek 7 out of 8 at the line, and the Wolves will roll the ball up the floor. That really doesn't, this is my opinion here, it doesn't save any significant amount of time at all. Here's Gallant taking a 3. That one's off to Mark. Landek with the rebound. 16-point lead. The Falcons do it too. You see everybody do that, where they're trying to save just a second or so, maybe at best, by rolling the ball up the floor, as the clock doesn't start until somebody actually picks it up. 3rd foul on Tony Salinas, and it'll send Mason Landek right back to the free throw line with 2:28 to go, and Landek another 1-1. That's the 9th foul on the Wolves. Landek rims in the first free throw, and the Falcons lead by 17. Landek another free throw up, and this one rims out. But Landek now 8 out of 10 at the line. 2:20 to go. Gallant driving. Goes underneath the basket. Kicks it out to Collins for a 3, and that one rims out. Rebound to Landek. And Landek will find Knapp. He'll get it across midcourt. Moriarty. Moriarty, an 88% free throw shooter. They don't want to foul him. I don't know that they're really trying to foul at this point anyway, as there's still almost 2 minutes to go in the game. Landek made contact with Collins, and they're going to call Landek for the offensive foul, that's the way I saw it from up here as well, as Landek pushed off on Gallant. And so the Wolves take it back. Gallant going to take a 3 over Landek, and Gallant knocks that one down. And it's now a 14-point game. Jason Gallant with 13 points in the game. Falcons are able to get it across midcourt. And here's Jackson Knapp He's going to kick it to Coleman. If this was maybe a little earlier in the game, Jackson Knapp might have gone straight to the bucket and thrown it down. But passes off instead, and the Falcons are able to run a little more clock. Foul committed here by Javale Collins, and that is his third with a minute 20 to go. Falcons are going to go to 6-4 in conference and 10-11 overall. They're still trying to get their overall record back over 500, but really got off to a slow start this year. They have turned it on in the month of January, as they had 2 losses. Moriarty with 2 free throws and a 16-point game now. They lost actually 3 this month. 1 at St. Martin's on January 2nd. And then 2 on the road in the middle of the month to Central Washington and Northwest Nazarene. But as I mentioned, this is going to be their 7th straight home win. Here's Williams taking a 3 over Coleman, and that one no good. Collins taps it back up. Couldn't get it to go. Gets his own rebound and puts it back up and in this time. And Javale Collins with 19 points in the ballgame, eclipsing his season average. Knapp down the lane and lays it up and in and draws the foul. That time Jackson Knapp took it to the bucket. And why not? 53 seconds to go. And Knapp puts in the bucket and will get to the free throw line as Mario Williams Jr. commits his 4th foul. Kefri Fazio will have a conversation with his other 4 players on the floor as Knapp puts in the free throw. 53 seconds to play, 17-point lead for SPU. And here is Salinas scooping it up off the glass. No good. Rebound to Coleman. Cortez was trying to follow up there, but the Falcons able to get the rebound. This one kicked out of bounds. No, Kefri Fazio was thinking that it had been deflected, but that was not the way that they ruled it. As Gallant misses on the 3, short. He's hit a couple here in the last couple minutes, but came up short on that one. And this one, just a little bit of a differential between the shot clock and the game clock, and the Falcons are going to dribble out as much of the clock as they can, as I think there's going to be less than a second to go when the shot clock expires here. And Jackson Knapp just dribbling the ball near his bench. 17-point lead for the Falcons. Western Oregon's going to get it back, and Knapp... Let's see here. The shot clock was... Yeah, the game is not over. The shot clock expired right before the game clock did. And so it's 0.6. Now it's over. As Collins inbounds to Gallant, and the final 6/10 come off the clock. And the Falcons win this one by 17. They pull away in the second half. It was a good ball game in the first half. Falcons led by 6 at the break. They win their 7th straight at home, their 5th straight home win over a conference opponent. And they got a tough test coming in on Saturday. St. Martin's will be here as we turn the clock into February on Saturday. 2 ranked opponents will be here on Saturday, one on the women's side, one on the men's side. Montana State Billings will take on the women at 2 o'clock before St. Martin's tangles with SPU at 4:15. The men's next game at 4:15 on Saturday against St. Martin's, who actually they on the schedule page here it says they're number 25, but they're all the way up to number 17 this week with a couple of big wins last week. However, they lost tonight in Billings. So St. Martin's coming off a loss coming in here on Saturday, and expect that number 17 ranking to drop back down a little bit. Here, though, the Falcons were able to pull away from the Wolves in the second half. They outscore them 45-34 in half number 2. and they outshot the Wolves. They shot the ball extremely well, 58%, as that field goal percentage just kept creeping up and up and up, and they end up at 58% when it's all said and done. The Wolves at 41%. Both teams knock in 7 threes. Jonas Latour had 4 of them for the Falcons. And the Falcons end up going 35% from distance. The Wolves 33%, as they took one more attempt from deep. Falcons go 15 out of 19 at the free throw line. The Wolves 6 out of 11. And the Falcons with a 12 rebound edge, 36-24 in the rebounding category. Wolves took care of the ball tonight. They only turned it over 4 times in the game. And a lot of times you turn the ball over just 4 times in an entire game, that's going to bode well. But a lot of the other statistical categories going in favor of the Falcons in this one. 44-26 points in the paint, SPU with the advantage there. SPU turned it over 12 times, but you'll take 12 turnovers. That's not, they took decent care of the basketball. The Wolves just committed 4 though, and the Falcons never even registered a point off of turnovers. But they win it by 17 anyway. Wolves get 3 players into double figures. JaVale Collins with 19 points, 5 rebounds, and Jason Gallant, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Mario Williams Jr., 12 points, 3 rebounds. And Andre Cortez had 9 as well. And Tony Salinas also had 9 and 4 rebounds. So those 5 really did the bulk of the scoring. Zach Moore had a 3. And that was it. Just 6 players get on the scoreboard for the Wolves in this game. The Falcons with 9 players getting into the game. Grant Coleman didn't enter until the second half. He just played 8 minutes. Logan Kinlock only played 8 minutes. Nikia Schoenerstedt only played 10. So a lot of the starting 5, Jackson Knapp had some time on the bench, and so did Owen Moriarty. Knapp ended up playing 26 minutes. Moriarty played 29 in this game. Moriarty, 24 points, 5 rebounds, had an assist, picked up a flagrant foul, ended up with 4 fouls in the game, but goes 10 out of 13 from the floor. Had 17 in the first half, 7 in the second half. Jonas Latour, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. And Latour was 4 out of 9 from distance, 6 out of 13 overall from the floor. And the 2 twos that he made, he drew fouls on both of those. So he completed 2 3-point plays. 12 points for Mason Landak, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. And those are your Falcons in double figures. Trace Evans had 9 points. Jackson Knapp had 8 and 11 rebounds. Falcons win it again by a count of 82-65. And again, we will have a doubleheader coming up for you. The women were off tonight, but the women will be in action Saturday at 2 against Montana State Billings. The men at 4:15 against St. Martin's, their rivals from about an hour south in Lacey, as that'll be a good one coming up, as the Falcons will get tested, but the Falcons are playing well at home in particular lately, so we'll see how that one turns out on Saturday. We will talk to you on Saturday. We'll have both games of that doubleheader on the SPU webcast. We will go ahead and sign out for this one. Falcons again over the Western Oregon Wolves, 82-65. Have a good night, and we will talk to you on Saturday afternoon.